Hi, friend. How are you? My name is Allie. Welcome back to the channel. And I am just so grateful to be spending this precious time together. Whenever you find this reading, I have set the intention that there will be a message here for you that you're meant to hear. And I would like to just go ahead and get started here. So now I do want to mention, as I started speaking, I saw 9/11 on the time. And when I saw that, it instantly made me think of 911, which in the United States is the number that you would call for an emergency. So maybe you are feeling like your situation right now is dire, that you are needing to be saved in some situation of your life. And I believe that Spirit is wanting to give you some clarity, some guidance, or just comfort in whatever it is that you are going through right now. And I just want to give you an energetic hug because I can feel this energy. It feels almost like a crisis. Even if you are holding it together pretty well, it doesn't negate the fact that things feel incredibly, I want to say, dense and severe and maybe even a little bit frightening. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get the overall energy for this reading, please, for whoever has found themselves here? We have 8 of Pentacles and 2 of Wands. These are very interesting cards. I love this deck. And, okay, we have 2 more here that we're going to look at. Before I turn these over, I really want to look at this 8 of Pentacles a little more closely together because this is interesting. Someone is putting a mask on someone else's face. The words at the bottom of this card say dedication, stability, no worries about result. But you know, when I look at this card, she almost has, I don't know, this interesting star here in the shoulder, like sort of robotic is what it makes me feel. And I'm reading intuitively here, especially with this deck, and you may have just been going through the motions. You may have just been going through the motions, particularly when it comes to work and survival. It doesn't really leave a lot of room for play or for feeling like you can be your unique self. Look how she has the hot pink hair here. And someone else is placing the mask on her, which makes me think of you know how we put on, oh yeah, I'm actually seeing here in the shoulder like this armor robotic thing going on here. It almost feels like you're wearing a mask that other generations who have come before you put on you that was never yours to wear, because maybe you sort of feel like an alien, but also I feel as though things in your situation are just so exhausting that you have no other choice but to continue to mask and do what you have to do to kind of grind to get through each day. And I kind of see with the 2 of Wands here, this person is falling off a cliff. And if you're able to look and see on their face, they look very unconcerned. Like there's really not a lot of emotion on their face, which is interesting. The words here say fearlessness in a decision and inspiring connection. And when I look at this, I see someone who feels like they have no other option, like almost as if someone is being cornered and they are exhausted, and it's just like, I'm trying to be careful with my wording here, but like no F's given. I just have to jump off this cliff. What other option do I have? I have to be honest though, like the energy here with these two cards in particular feels very monotonous. It feels very Four of Cupsy in that you're exhausted and you're over it, but you really need, like, something's got to come through for you. The only option can't just be you diving headfirst off a cliff, but it might feel that way right now. Like you need something to come through and show up for you. Let's see what these other two cards were that fell out. We have the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. This Emperor card is really, all of these cards are fascinating. I'm obsessed with this deck. This is a really intense Emperor card though. And then there's all these little people here in the army wearing the same thing, doing the same thing. It feels very foreboding. It feels very, I'm trying to think of the word. Oppressive. Oppressive is what the image on this card gives me. Male energy. Making your physical mark on the world, discipline and structure imposed on your environment. Imposing. Yeah, that's a good word. There's definitely something here about structure, though. And then the Queen of Pentacles, happiness, intense involvement with the physical world, love of nature. But you know, I feel like this is what you desire most, is a feeling of not only being nurtured by you, of being nurtured by your environment, not only being nurtured by your connections, but being nurtured by your environment, being nurtured in the sense that you don't have to worry about paying your bills. You don't have to worry about what the energy is going to be like when you come home. You don't have to worry about someone having to physically put a different mask on your face just so you can get through the day. I mean, it's a removal of the heaviness is what's needing to come through. In any way that it looks like for you, it's needing some sunlight. There needs to be some happiness in your world. And I feel like everything feels very monotonous, very the same, very stuck. Even though the cards themselves, when we look at Eight of Pentacles and Two of Wands, like these aren't stuck cards, but it's kind of interesting the juxtaposition between what the cards mean traditionally and the energy that I'm getting from the artwork on the cards. It's very interesting. It is kind of like this Eight of Pentacles card. Like there is a you, and then there's the you that has to be out in the world and someone else has to put it on you. It's very imposing. It's very restrictive and exhausting and just whatever. But it also feels like you don't have the option. This is so interesting. Spirit just put a big like asterisk in my mind and said, you feel like you don't have another option. It feels as though there isn't another option. So I want to get some more information on that, because clearly it feels like there's not another option, but there's a reason that they highlighted this in my mind. I mean, 10 of Cups. I have all I wish for in my relationships. Yeah, I was feeling like that desire of that from the Queen of Pentacles. Then we have King of Swords, Five of Swords, and the High Priestess. Interesting. Yeah, it's like there is a desire for something to be, look at this, cut off from your life. 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And I say it's interesting because Spirit is more or less telling me here with the High Priestess. And maybe that's why they were emphasizing it feels as though you have no options, when in reality, they need you to realize with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles that you are the one that calls the shots on your life. You are not stuck. And this might be a challenging message to hear if you genuinely feel stuck. I've been there. I get it. I am in no way trying to negate your feelings, and I don't think that Spirit is either. I think truly they're trying to help you see things from a different perspective here, especially a parent with the King of Swords. And the affirmation on this card says, I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. The High Priestess is the epitome of trusting oneself. It says, my intuition guides me to the truth. Okay. And your desire to have all that you wish for in your relationships is not limited to romantic. It's not limited to romantic. It includes familial, friendship, working, and otherwise, all relationships in your life. And you desire happiness, and you desire more autonomy and more freedom and more joy in these relationships. The Five of Swords, the affirmation on this card is, I will heal myself. And so I think now I really have a much better understanding of what's going on here, is that there indeed needs to be an ending for you. You feel this intensely. But Spirit is saying the only person who genuinely has the authority and ability to do this at any given time is you. It comes down to you trusting yourself to make that decision and trusting that you have the ability and the authority and the courage to end any negative relationships, work, family, otherwise, that are not feeding your soul, that you don't feel like you can be authentic in, that you feel like the only way out of this is if I jump off a cliff. I mean, that's no way to live. And I think you know that. And I think you feel this. Again, I think you feel this very, very intensely. I'll be honest, when I sat down to do this reading, I didn't know what to expect, but I certainly didn't expect it to be this heavy of a reading in the sense that the message they're bringing through feels very monumental, because Spirit is asking for you to take the leap. Take the leap to end the relationship that is no longer serving you. Is it a job that is just draining your soul? If you take the leap, Spirit will catch you and lead you to something that is completely fulfilling with the Ten of Cups. Is it a relationship that is overly run its course, that no longer inspires you, fills you up, makes you feel connected, makes you feel good at all? End it, and Spirit will catch you and bring in the thing that you desire. But it's all dependent on you doing it. The King of Swords does not keep relationships around that don't help him. And that's not in a toxic way, like if you don't serve me, then you got to get out. It's like, if you're making me feel like I have to put on a mask, if it's making you feel so bad that someone else has to pep you up to put on a mask to go and do the thing, be with the person, whatever, then that is not it. If it is draining you, if it's not fulfilling you and ticking all the boxes for whatever reason, then it's time to allow yourself, to allow Spirit, they're correcting me, to allow Spirit to help guide in the person who will. But they can't as long as you're here and you keep repeating like this mantra in your mind that I need something to save me. I need something to save me. I need Spirit to save me. Because I think they're sending you signs. I feel like you've intuitively gotten this message before with the High Priestess, that it has to be you, but I don't think you want it to be, and that's completely understandable. But all the ways that you're feeling are little breadcrumbs to tell you, hey, this isn't it for me. This isn't it for me. Can we get some more information, please, Spirit? Thank you. Strength. I can deal with whatever comes my way. I mean, you are strong enough to do this. And Spirit, and your Spirit team, 7 of Wands. I actively hold true to my values. I mean, 7 of Wands is basically coming out on top. It is the epitome of being strong. In 4 of Wands, the universe brings all I need to feel blissful. This couldn't be any more clear. But it does start with you taking a very courageous step and cutting loose what doesn't serve you. I just keep hearing over and over, the universe will catch you. We have the devil at the bottom. I am free of whatever is holding me back. I mean, this reading started out a little fuzzy for me, I'm not going to lie, and it's ended so clearly. And I think that's exactly how you're feeling or have been feeling. Things were real fuzzy for you for a while. They didn't feel good. You weren't entirely sure why. You were trying to figure it out. And then it was like somebody peeled back the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. And then you saw everything for exactly the way that it was. And there was no unseeing it. There was no going back. And now you just have felt so stuck, but you're not. That's the message. You're not stuck. Just like with the devil on the traditional Rider-Waite Smith, I don't like to say Rider, I'm sorry, the Waite-Smith deck, the individuals on the card can take the chains off from around their neck whenever they like. But they have been convinced to believe that they are stuck and they're bound, but they're not. That's the entire illusion of the devil card. That's not where you are anymore. You can free yourself whenever you want, and the universe will bring you all you need to feel blissful. If this reading resonates for you, I want you to know that that is the truth. 6 of Wands. I am proud of what I achieve and accept my rewards. The 6 of Wands is being victorious, overcoming something and coming out victorious, stronger and more whole and fulfilled than you were before. I know you feel like you're at the end of your rope. You don't have to, it's going to take some strength to cut this loose. But the freedom you're going to feel on the other side of cutting it loose is, I don't think there's words for like the impending relief I feel for you. I mean, I don't know if I've ever used that phrase before, impending relief, but it's palpable. Anything else, Spirit? 6 of Swords. 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords. I know that peaceful times will come. Is that not what we're talking about? Impending relief. I know that peaceful times will come. Oh, that's funny. Spirit's trying to help you laugh. Okay? You're on the brink of a brand new journey. You know what you want to do and you know how to make it happen. You have the courage. You have the support. They're pretty much guaranteeing you at the end of making this decision and cutting something loose that peaceful times will follow almost immediately. It's kind of ripping off the Band-Aid energy. Let's get an oracle card or two to help you any farther, any more with this message. Again, if this message is still resonating with you, I just want you to know I want to give you an enormous hug because I have been in situations like this in my past. It's been a while, but I remember it very well. And it was so uncomfortable. It was awful. And it was one of those things where I had convinced myself so many different ways. I can't do it because of that. And I can't leave because of that. And what will people think? And what will I do? And what will happen? And you could go through the alphabet in ways that I had convinced myself that I couldn't leave a situation. And it got to the point where it fell out of my mouth almost unknowingly because it was so pent up inside of me and I couldn't do it anymore. And even though it was hard in the moment and a little bit shocking to me, even that I was able to, I had the strength to do that and leave. I'm telling you, the relief, it was the best thing I ever did. It was the best thing I ever did. I'm talking about, over a decade ago when I left a long-term relationship. And if I hadn't left at that time, it's just so funny how the universe works. And maybe my story will help someone, because I was not a spiritual person at that time. I would consider myself agnostic. I was scared to death of my gifts, didn't understand what they meant. I grew up Southern Baptist. I mean, all these things. Like, I'm not going to get into my whole story and bore you. But basically, I was not who I am now. And I had to get out of this relationship. It was so bad for me. Convinced myself in every single way that I couldn't do that. And when I did it, it all lined up so perfectly that within the same 6 months after, I had worked on myself, I'd gotten a better job, I was on my own taking care of myself, I was in the best health I'd been in. And in that time, my now spouse had ended a very long-term relationship. And we met at the perfect time for both of us. I mean, it was just like, when I look back at the timing of what we were each navigating in that 6 to 8 month time from me ending one thing and meeting my spouse now, and what he was going through in his life in that time, it really felt like the universe was guiding each of us towards each other at the perfect time. But I had zero clue, clearly, of any of this at the time. I was scared to death. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. If I hadn't had the courage to do it then, the timing may have never been right for my now spouse and I. I could get choked up talking about it. It's just amazing to me. So this is just an example from my own life of what I'm seeing in the cards here for you. If it's a relationship for you, a job, it doesn't really matter. Whatever this is that's pulling at you that you feel like you can't do it anymore, the universe is literally saying, if you are the one that has to take this action, and when you do, we will catch you. You will feel peaceful. The universe will bring you all you need to feel blissful. And I really do think for a large amount of people who might find this, it is relationship related. But like I said, that part doesn't really matter. However it resonates for you is the way that it's going to fit in your own life. And I feel so confident telling you this. They will catch you. There's something so much better, more aligned, just perfect for you up ahead. Okay. It's funny, at the bottom of the Oracle deck I'm going to use, it says the Walker, the unknown, a journey. And that's what the Two of Wands is. And you got that. I felt like you got it twice. Maybe I just dreamed that. Anyway, the Two of Wands was the second card that came out for you, an unknown journey. And I know that that's scary, to take an unknown journey, to not know what's going to happen at the end of this decision. But I know you also know in your heart that it's the right thing to do for you, that it's what you need to do. It's what needs to happen. All right. What else, Spirit? I want to see what this is. The Enchanter, deception, trickery. Has somebody been doing that to you? Has someone been trying to convince you? Interesting. We'll get more information on that card. What else, Spirit? Wow, that was a lot that flew out at one time. So we have the Catalyst, radical changes, taking control. Okay. The Priest, perseverance and faith. This makes sense. We have the Archer, biding your time, planning ahead. Interesting. The King, control, reversal of fortune. And finally, we have the Adventurer, responsibility and expectations. And to see what's at the bottom of the deck, we have the Pilgrim with opportunities and growth. Now, all of these cards make perfect sense to me, truly, with this reading. I want to get more information on the deception and trickery because I don't want to leave you like that. Yeah, by you making this decision, by having faith, taking control of your life, allowing there to be radical changes in your life, you're reversing your fortune. It may feel like you're going to have to take on some added responsibilities for a while, but I don't think that's going to be the burden you may fear it could be. For some of you, this is going to take it how it resonates for you. Please use your discernment on this because there's like two groups of people and they're telling me this very clearly. One message is for one group and one message is for another. So if you feel like you're in the group that needs to rip the Band-Aid off and do it, that's what you need to do. I think you've spent enough time biding your time. I think you have thought about this forwards, backwards, and every other way, and then some. And if you're sitting here listening to this and it's resonating with you and you're like, yeah, I have to do it. I don't know how, but I have to do it. Then you're in the group that Spirit's saying, you've got to rip off the Band-Aid and it's time to do it. There's a second group of you that circumstances and situations are maybe a little more tricky. Okay, now I understand, Spirit. And in order for you to move through this situation safely, they need you to be very serious about planning ahead. Now, I don't feel like this is saying take 6 months or a year. I think this is saying come up with a very serious plan. Don't tell anybody about this plan, or at least don't tell the individual that you're removing yourself from, or the job or whatever that you're removing yourself from the plan. If this is a work environment where they get a hint that you might be leaving and they might cut the cord on you before you have time to get your resume ready or even job hunt, okay? There's another camp of people where there, maybe one or two of you who are in a really toxic romantic relationship and that person has some serious issues and they want you to be as safe as possible. And so that might require planning ahead where you find somewhere to go. You start moving some things little by little. You do not tell this person what you're doing. Maybe you need to put some money in a special place. They want you to be safe and calculated about it. I don't think this is a large group of people, but there may even just be one person listening and the message needed to come through. So like I said, there's two different camps of people in this reading. And you will know in your heart which group you're in. I don't think it will be hard for you to understand or discern which camp you're in, okay? But that's the message there. Some of you need to rip the Band-Aid off. Some of you need to be very calculated with your planning, get your ducks in a row, and then make your move. But I don't think in any case, once those plans are in place, that there needs to be any dilly-dallying, Okay. So that makes sense on the trickery. I still want to get, just to make sure that that's the only message on the deception trickery, because I don't want to leave any stone unturned with this reading, given the gravity of it. So Spirit, is there anything else, thank you, with the deception and trickery that I missed that you want them to know? Please and thank you. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm hearing you might feel so tired and overburdened and just over this whole situation, and maybe just the cards life in general has dealt your way, that you might feel like, I just don't care. I can't do this. I don't want to go through it. I'm just going to let things be and maybe it'll get better. And I think Spirit wants you to not let your mind or your exhaustion trick you, because they're actually referencing me back to the story, my personal story that I gave you. Look at that with the Three of Cups. They're referencing me back to that. And we have Six of Swords again at the bottom, that there's a reason those words spilled out of me, and when they did, and the motion was set and that relationship ended for me at the time that it did, because there was a perfect alignment happening with me in my soulmates, in my person's life that I had never met yet, that would allow us to come together at the perfect time for us both. And if I hadn't done that, it wouldn't have manifested the way that it did. I'm so certain. I'm so certain of that. I'm not going to keep you here for an hour telling you my life story, but I'm just telling you, if they hadn't happened when it did, I do not think that things would have happened the way that they did for us. Don't let your brain trick you, because what's on the other side of this is joy. And I don't think if you were to stay here because your brain has convinced you that I just don't have the strength, I don't have the willpower, I don't care anymore, I'm just going to let things be. The reverse Three of Cups for me gives me pause. It gives me concern for you, because if this is a toxic relationship, this could be somebody... It's just not going to get better, and things could get worse, is what that gives me. Things won't stay the same, they'll get worse. And Spirit doesn't want that for you. Your higher self doesn't want that for you. So, some of you, there is that planning ahead element, but there's also a call to not move at a snail's pace here, like the time is now. You're getting this message now because of where you're at and the way divine timing is moving through your life, and that this energy is happening now. 9/11, remember, that's like an emergency. That's happening now. I need someone to help now. And so that's what I feel, that same energy for you is this kind of, I don't want to use the word emergent, but urgent. Urgent is the energy here, for sure. I feel like that's the message for the deception trickery. I don't think there's anything else there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. Three of Pentacles. Allow Spirit to work with you. They are trying to work with you. And then we have Ace of Pentacles. So that feels like a good cap, I would say, on all this. As I say that, I want to get one more. I just want to get one more. I haven't used these little mini moon cards in ages. I used to use them all the time, and I like their little affirmations. I do want to say, keep your eye out for repeating numbers, because I have seen so many repeating numbers on my computer since I started your reading. It's unfathomable. So I feel like that's one little way that the universe is going to help you on, this next big chapter of your journey. Can we have a word of encouragement for whoever's still listening here, please? I don't know if you can read that card that just flew out, but I have goosebumps all over my body. I will not remain stuck. I choose change. Can you believe that? I will not remain stuck. I choose change, and I am loved beyond measure. You are. I can feel that so intensely. Spirit loves you. Oh, and the other one that was on the bottom. Life is conspiring for me. Are you kidding me? Life is conspiring for you, my friend. I don't think this reading could be any clearer. And I'm so, so grateful. Wow. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, to bring these messages from Spirit through to you. This was a very heavy reading, but it feels very special. It feels very life-changing in many ways. And I can't tell you how honored I feel that I was able to bring these messages through for you, and that you are here and trust me to bring them through for you as well. So I just want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart that you are here with me and with Spirit, and I'm encouraging you, and I'm so excited for you about these changes that are up ahead for you, because they're going to be so good. They're going to be so good for you. So this was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know if it resonated for you. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or work with me in any way, you can find all that information at my website at theseaowl.com. It's also in the description box below. If you want hundreds of other readings that I've done, you can find all that at my OG channel at The Sea Owl. And more than anything, please take excellent care of yourself. And I'll see you soon. Bye.